Shout out to each and every one of you guys. Shout out to each and every one of you guys. I woke up this morning and I said, man, I got to talk about some boxing with these guys. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I want to promote two channels right now. There is other channels. Actually, I'm going to promote three channels right now. And they don't have to pay me nothing. I'm just promoting you guys because you guys have been putting on some really educational, good stuff. You guys have been talking stuff that is just, real stuff like boxing. Back in the days, fans used to be more educated about boxing. Today, in a society where everything is now, and people want to be entertained in a certain kind of way, and with certain commentary, like J-Rock be saying, that just miseducating the people. People don't have a concept of what boxing really is. There's a reason why I love boxing so much versus other martial arts sports, because it does different things, additional things that other sports just don't do. They don't factor into those things, right? So let me talk a little bit about these channels first of all. So there's three channels I want to promote, but there's actually a fourth one, but I'm gonna leave that for another time, all right? But there's actually five channels that you guys need to really watch so you can learn about boxing. But because you need to educate yourself on what you're watching, and even if you're a casual fan, you need to at least know what these guys doing in the ring. If you're watching a chess game, if you're watching poker, if you're watching a game of pool, you need to know what the guys are doing, what's the goal, and that kind of stuff, And I feel like the average boxing fan doesn't know what the hell they're watching. They have to let the commentator teach them what they're watching. When in fact, what you really need to do as a fan is you need to, if you call yourself a fanatic or a fan of a sport, is get yourself knowledgeable a little bit on the sport. There's a lot to boxing, okay? You don't need to know all of that. All you need to know, but if you're a fan, you will want to know more, right? You want to dive in. That's a true fan, okay? But if you're a casual fan, at least know what's happening in the ring as it's happening in real time. And get to understand what the game plan of one fighter seems to be, what the game plan of another fighter seems to be. That's the thing you at least need to understand. And one of the things you need to do is, a lot of casual fans watch high-profile fights. But some of the fights you need to actually watch sometimes is just a low-profile fight. It's not as exciting. Sometimes it is more exciting than a high-profile fight. It depends. But sometimes you see a low-profile fight. Maybe you do a little homework on each of the fighters. Not a deep thing. Just go watch the stats. Maybe watch a fight or two that they'd had. My point being, as you start to, because I'm truly, if I was to go back into the time, I'd be like one of those casual fans out there back in time. Back in the 80s, in the 70s, in the 60s, even in the early 90s, fans at least had some kind of understanding of what's happening. Anyways, it is what it is. So I'm going to talk to you guys about the three channels. The three channels I want you guys to go check out. First one, Eric Bradley. The channel on YouTube is called Master Boxing. It's 2 words, Master Boxing. Check out that channel. That channel will educate you on the sport of boxing, and it has a link to subscription service that you can get, which you can go pay for it, pay subscription, and you can learn boxing. He can train you from just an inexperienced person who doesn't even know the stances, how to get into a strong stance, how to move in boxing, because everything has to do with your feet. All your power is leveraged with your feet. Let me show you what I'm talking about. And I'm going to show you one exercise to start to strengthen your feet, because your feet need to get stronger. Alright? So let me see if I can get this to stay. If not, I might have to do something else with my time. I'm going to show you one exercise that you can use with your feet. Okay? There are a number of foot exercises. But one of them you can use for your feet is squats. Squats are very important. It's like the core body work is, you want to do your abs, you want to work your lower limbs, which would be squats, and you also want to work your upper limbs. Because this might be an awkward angle, I'm going to drop this camera down a little like this, okay? Let me drop the camera down a little bit lower, so you can see me a little bit better. Alright? Now, actually, you mightn't be able to see me that way, so let me drop it a little lower. Let me drop it down here. Alright, good. because I want you guys to see the squats. Okay, I'm on a rug. The rug's really shedding. This rug all over the place. Alright, so when you're doing a squat, and the channel I watch at, and I mess with this dude, is Mike Rashid. Check him out. Mike Rashid. That dude taught me how to do squats properly. So most of your body weight for a squat must be on your heel. So you're like leaning, you're sitting back into, and your legs got to come up wide like this. You got to push your legs back this way, right? So you see, and then you sit into it. You sit right into it, like this. Punch up, okay? Tighten your abs as you're punching up. Go all the way up, right? This is a squat. See, I'm all the way back on my heels and up, okay? That's a squat. That strengthens your feet, all right? But footwork is like a dance. It's like a dance. I'm going to show you another one. You guys probably saw it already, but it's ab work. See, my abs are not the greatest abs in the world, but they're coming back. See what I'm saying? So I'm going to show you guys some ab work. It's a very good exercise for your abs. You guys can see it. All of this you got to do in boxing. They do it in various different ways. Alright? Simple ab work. You come right here. Okay? You can hold on to a door, like I have a door here. You can go on a swing, pull your body up. My back's a little bit braced by this door, but you don't want your butt to touch the door. So I'll explain. I'll show you that. So here I am, okay? And you do an ab crunch. These are really good. And you bring it back down. Bring it back down. That's one. You can do twist tucks, which will look like this. Instead of a straight tuck. So it work your core here. See? Work your core. Alright. And then nutrition wise, you gotta watch your nutrition. And not eating a whole set of heavy carbs. Mostly protein. You're still gonna have your carbs. You try to use a lot of green leafy stuff to energize you. If you're on a protein-based diet like Mike Rashid is, then you're going to have to get supplementations for your protein. But you got peas and beans and that kind of stuff. Alright, so that's just to get you stronger. Now, in terms of boxing, everything comes off of the footwork. All your power comes from your feet. So when you're throwing a punch, and I'm still uncoordinated with it, but I'm going to show you a little bit about this, right? So, let me see. Your defense comes from your feet. And the reason J-Rock was able to beat, I don't know if you guys can even see me. Alright, anyway. The reason J-Rock was able to beat Jarrett Hurd was because he was pivoting. Pivot work is everything in boxing. It was turning Jarrett Hurd. Turn him with your hands. So he would turn him, he would catch him here, right here. Errol Spence do it really good. I'm a southpaw, so this is from southpaw stance. So I brace you here with my hand. Floyd Mayweather do that. Remember? They would say, oh, you're using the elbow. It's not elbow. You check the guy with your head. So Jarrett Hurd, he would brace him here on the pivot work and catch him with an overhand right. Ha! Okay? But how I just threw the overhand right is not the perfect way. Alright? If I brace you here, that means you are off to the side, push your head back this way. You can't throw no punch at me this way. See what I'm saying? You can't throw nothing back at me this way. I caught you on the side here, right? Leverage come off my foot. I spring load it, and then I torque it. So I torque the shot. See? Huh? See? Huh? See, it's coming off of my foot. Ha! Okay? So that's what short chopping shots. Okay? Alright? So I'm in a southpaw stance. So I go, huh! And I can come back here. Alright? Now some guys do it really naturally. My feet need to match my hands. If my hands are moving too fast for my feet, it don't matter. So you do it nice and slow first. Huh? You catch it here. Ha! 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 See? All right. Feeling like I want a box. All right. I don't know if you guys can see all of that. I don't know what the camera picked up or what it didn't pick up. But my point being that that's the beauty of boxing. Now, that was offensive. But if you don't come back on defense, if your defense is not on point, I'm going to show you something. So much to boxing, man. You got to love it, man. I'm still working on it. I don't know if you guys can see this. But, all right. Let's say I throw a shot here. I'm off the center line. Okay, let me show you. So I'm here, right? Remote footwork. My feet, all right? My feet are pointing this way. My body looks like it's broad and open. But if I do like this, see, I line up with my feet. Now, I block your punch. And I roll it at the same time. If I lean back up, you go and bounce off, right? So, that's remote footwork. Okay, now, back to what we were saying. So, here I am. I'm using my defense. So, if you throw anything straight down the pike, right, I can block it. All right? If I want to, I can block it or I can roll it, right? Okay. Now, here's the thing. You throw a shot, I'm not thinking defense. All I'm thinking is, I slip the punch, I throw the shot, and I mire my shot. Guess what? I could get caught pulling back out with an overhand right? He could throw a 1-2, right? I'm coming to the orthodox stance. So, he threw his jab, right? He missed. But what did he cut? With a cross. Wow. Okay? He crossed me. Wow. And then I'm gone, right? So even if I slip the jab and I caught him here, all right, I slipped the jab and I caught him. If I don't pull this back and catch here, okay, if my defense is not on point, guess what? I'm going to get knocked out. So you have to have defense. Whether it's I throw the jab and I slip the punch, if it's a hook or a cross, or I throw the jab and I have my defense on point to catch that shot, just in case he throws something. And if he throws something straight at me here, I'm not going to block it. I'm going to get hit here, right? So what I got to do, if I throw here, maybe the best thing to do is catch both. Come back with both to catch it here. Or I throw here and I immediately roll here. One of the two. But you got to do something. And you have to think like that. Defensively responsible. Everything has to do with defense. And that's the stuff that people don't understand in boxing. Or I throw the jab and I pivot off the jab and I catch it. I catch the shot here to throw another shot. So I'm trying to get weak side on him, right? So if you can see these things, you understand what I'm saying. And my boy, Troy King, that's the next channel I want you guys to check out. Troy King. It's called Troy Killaentertainment. So check Troy Killaentertainment. And he really breaks down what J-Rock did to Jarrett Hurd. Okay? You guys got to see these channels. The last channel I want to tell you guys about is 3 channels. I'm trying to remember the last channel is. The last channel that educate you on boxing. Hold on, it'll come to me. So Troy Killaentertainment. K-I-L-A Entertainment. Killaentertainment. You got Master Boxing. What's the third one? Shit, I forgot what it is. Oh yeah, Precision Striking. Precision Striking. Check that channel as well. Precision Striking. Those are 3 really good channels for you guys to, you know, if you want to learn or get your tips on boxing and stuff, those are good channels to go check out. Alright, there's another one. There's 2 actually others, but Carrie Williams, I'm gonna throw her in there. Carrie Williams, I've been messing with her for a long time. And she give you the fundamentals of how to throw punches and stuff, and some exercises to build back up your strength. She does lunges, so that's another one. Lunges. You build some of your core body strength as well as your lower body strength. And you need a lower body strength to really throw punches in boxing. Everything comes from your feet, man. Everything. From your core and your feet. So if you don't have good footwork, and let me just say, people talk about, guy got fast feet. Who gives a fuck? I don't care if you got fast feet. All I care about is you got good footwork. There's a difference between good footwork and fast feet. Alright? Because I don't need to be moving excessively all around the ring like this. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. Because you see, boxing is a thing you got to demonstrate. Boxing is not a thing. Boxing is not a thing. You guys can't see what I'm doing. You guys see what I'm doing. Boxing is a thing you have to demonstrate. It's not something that you can talk. You know what I'm saying? So a guy got fast footwork. He doing all of this. When I could just stand right in front of your ass and change the angle just slightly. I could either step to you at a different angle, or I can pivot away in the back foot. I can take it and pivot like this. Okay? I'm pivot away from you. And I'm pivoting around you. I'm circling you. Okay? There's all kinds of pivots. I could do pivot work. I'm in the orthodox stance, by the way. Let me go step up. Alright? So I decided to pivot. But I'm inching in on you. Now you're not aware that I'm inching in on you, but I'm inching in on you as I pivot around you. The pivot work is the key to boxing. There are different kinds of pivots. You got to learn every single type of pivot, because you must know all the pivots, be able to utilize that. Guys like Floyd Mayweather, they know that pivot works like crazy, and then he throws into the pivot work feints. You understand what I'm saying? It's crazy what you can do in boxing, and that's what I like about boxing, the subtlety of it. So when you watch a boxing fight, watch the guys. Now most guys stand in front of each other. They don't turn each other. They stand in front of each other. So they and in and out, right? The bouncing thing, sometimes it's overrated. Sometimes it's good to bounce in the ring. Other times it's not good to bounce in the ring. You conserve your energy. You be more precise. Be more methodical about what you want. You know, you can be more explosive. Versus, you know, Canelo does that. So I'm just saying that, you know, when you guys look at what you got to do in the ring, you have to understand what these guys are doing, how they get their angles to get their shots off, why they use certain angles. And you have to understand also, because I think it was my boy J Rock or one of those guys. No, it wasn't J Rock. It was somebody from the Mayweather Boxing Channel was talking about how Anthony Yard, you know, trying to be like Floyd Mayweather when he should really be his own style. What people got to understand, like the guy was saying, is that Mayweather does everything Mayweather does in that ring means something. He's doing something to set up something. He always is systematically doing something. Right? He not like my boy Eric Bradley would say. He's not doing it by overthinking it. It's something he's rehearsed so much that now he knows to go to this. He knows he's looking at down the road, so his mind can work down the road, but yet he's in the present, reacting. Not only reacting though. Eric Bradley's talking about reacting. He's setting up things. He's setting you up. He's setting traps. Floyd be setting traps all the time. And Floyd is a tricky guy because he's setting traps all the time. He be setting you up all the time. Okay? It's kind of like playing a song. I would say, I don't know what the next set of words is coming, but I know what I want to say. So I have the whole idea of what I want to say, in this, but I don't know exactly how I'm going to actually say it. It's the same thing with Floyd. Floyd sets you up. He knows what he wants to do down the road in the 10th round, but exactly how he's going to do it is based on his training and so on. He know how to deal with you. So he's not worried about that. He naturally and organically will do. It's kind of like street fighting and self-defense. You're trained to do 100 million different things, but according to the situation, you're not thinking about it. You just fluidly go into it and deal with the situation. It's the same thing like that, right? So that's what Coach Ed Bradley was saying. It's not necessarily Floyd's reacting to a guy, because he's not necessarily reacting. It's just that he's not thinking a whole lot about it. Muscle memory and all of that. He already trained and all of that. He know he's ready for it. Whatever it comes, he gonna handle it. It's kind of like you going into an examination, right? And you study like a mother, you know, you study a lot, right? You don't know what the exam gonna be, right? But you relax because you're going in there, I can handle whatever it is. You see the questions, and instantaneously the answer comes to every single question because you prepared so much for it. So it's and then the process now just writing it out is so that's the way how it goes. It's not a whole set of thinking. Like if you have to think too much in boxing, slow you down. So that's what Coach Eric Bradley was explaining. But it is a thinking man sport. It is something where, but you have to prepare. It's a lot about preparation. Boxing is about preparation. You know, everybody will say Floyd make these fights look easy. Yeah, but there's a lot of fucking preparation that happen, and those fights are not easy. If that opponent was to face another guy that's not Floyd Mayweather, it's a rough and tough fight. When the guy's not facing somebody that's Floyd Mayweather, totally different story, right? And that's what made Floyd great. And that's, I say he beat everybody from the past. But we digress. So my point anyway is pivot work. You got to understand footwork. You know, everybody's always talking about foot speed. Foot speed comes in handy at times. It's Abdul that faster foot speed than Floyd. It was quicker than Floyd. Didn't mean nothing, right? Because the fundamentals of boxing do not fail you. Yes, you gotta have to get some foot speed and some hand speed for a faster fighter to be able to nullify certain things. But at the end of the day, it's your fundamentals, your footwork. All right, everything comes from footwork. I remember Andrew Ward saying that. He was absolutely incontrovertibly right. As I'm starting to learn boxing, you got to coordinate your feet with your hands, and to get the optimal defense and offense going, and your rhythm going properly, and just getting your general stance. You got to have a strong stance as well. People don't talk too much about that but I come from a martial arts background, so I know stance is everything. And you may be somewhat of a skilled boxer, but you ain't got a strong stance. Stance is everything. To absorb punishment, to absorb punches, and all that shit. You got to have a good stance. If you don't have a good stance, you're going to get hurt bad. You know, and these are all things people don't talk much about in boxing. I wish I could talk more about boxing for you guys. Right? Now, in boxing, they change up the angles all the time. They're changing up the angles, changing up the angles. You don't really see that much in the martial arts. The guys in martial arts, they generally, in fighting and even in MMA, they just come straight at each other. Right? But in boxing, you circle. That's why it's called square circle. You circle your opponent, which is really cool. And, you know, there's other things that happen in boxing that are very tricky, like changing levels and, you know, changing distance, range. You know, there's all of these little subtle little things that also involve changing your timing up and just changing your rhythm. All of these things also involve and complicate just the movement inside that ring, which I don't see in MMA and all those other sports, to be honest with you. And not even in the amateur, you know, jiu-jitsu and all of that shit. They don't really do that. They just kind of explode and try to come at each other. When in fact, you don't even have to explode. I remember my sensei saying, you don't even have to move super fast. You know, you don't have to move super fast to take a guy out. So it's all about timing and illusion of where you are, where the guy thinks you are, that kind of stuff. You set traps for guys. So a guy might come in real fast at you, and you just slightly adjust an angle and take him out. And you just calmly did it. You know. So it's just one of those things where a lot of people don't understand sports, and a guy who's wilder, he can actually get himself hurt worse. You know. Anyways, man, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Check out those channels, Precision Striking, Master Boxing, and Troy Killaentertainment. You really want to check that out. These are good channels. These are really solid guys. And if you keep on watching my channel, great. I'm just a peripheral boxing fan. Boxing goes, if you start going to training in boxing and that stuff, you start to really know the details. Coach Eric Bradley will really break it down to you. You begin to realize how complicated boxing is. But it got a lot of stuff in it, but you could do it, all right? I'm 44 years old, and you see how boxing has already started to get me into shape. I mean, I still need to get some more sleep, but I'm starting to get there. I'm getting more energy. I'm getting healthier. I came out of a depression. I'm telling you guys, man, it's a great sport. Pick it up. It is a violent sport. I do agree with that. You don't play boxing, but I will say this one thing, though, that at the end of the day, sometimes you have to pick up something that can help you get your steam out, your energy, so you're not wanting to punch people and be aggressive like some of these keyboard warriors online. Too many of you guys just be real negative and real like pent up energy and shit. Go box, man. Punch a punching bag or something. You know what I'm saying? Get some of that steam off. And boxing will really help you with that. The other thing is, I listened to Deontay Wilder, and he was saying he was going to catch a buddy with Dominic Brazil. I do not doubt that, brother. Okay? I think Deontay Wilder will butcher Dominic Brazil. It will knock him out. He said he didn't belong in the elite level, and it's true. I don't even know what Dominic Brazil is doing up in that ring. I hope he survives. I hope that he lives. Now, he might pull an upset on us, but I just don't think so. I think he's going to get knocked out stupid. I don't know if he's going to live, though. Deontay Wilder looked like he want to kill him, so I don't know how that fight going to go down. I hope Deontay Wilder doesn't kill him. I hope they both make it out of there alive. Nobody's in a coma or anything like that. You know, because Deontay Wilder, he got a mean streak in him. I don't know, man. It's legal to kill somebody in the ring in boxing. You know, so I'm a little bit afraid for Dominic Brazil, and I hope that he's okay coming out of this fight, that he's not hurt or badly injured. That's all. But other than that, we all know how that fight's going to actually go. Dominic Brazil could pull a tremendous upset on us. I just don't know. I don't think so. All right. So on that note, I'm out of here. I hope you guys have a good day. Peace.